Whoa, how to keep a job while tripping on shrooms, man. John M. giving me a hard time, working on my nerve. Yes, it's the theme music that goes on forever. It's a termination notice from Donald Trump. I don't know whether to fire you or grab you by the pussy, so I'll do both. Oh, you're a guy? Well, you're a stupid head. See Mr. Wile E. Coyote at Acme brand. Acme, for all your giant magnet and exploding bird seed requirements. Oh, that's better.
Oh man, that's rotten.
This looks all right.
For a
Tell me,
fucking
why are you interested in
moron.
this job?
I need a steady job, Mr. Wiley, with a chance to go places.
Like the
see.
Slap and
Now,
Tickle
this
Motor
one job you
Lodge.
had with the Central Distributing Company.
Did you
You worked there for 18
distribute
months?
centrally?
Yes,
Or
sir.
did you screw
Why did you
that
leave?
up too?
Because I wasn't getting anywhere. After 18
Not
months,
even
I
the
figured
first
I was worth more than
base.
they were paying me. And I figured I was ready for promotion to more important work.
I
Like
see.
shaving my manager's
Honest,
back.
Mr. Wiley, it was a rotten company. I don't know why I stayed as long as I did.
Tell me, were you fired?
If by fired you'll mean escorted
Yes,
forcibly off
I
the
was.
premises at gunpoint while carrying
it
a
wasn't
box
my
of my
fault.
desk decorations
The company
and
jumped
peeing
up
my
and
pants
started
while
firing
crying
people.
profusely, then yes.
Retrenching, they called it. What do you think of that?
I think you're
I think it's a
pathetic.
pretty normal situation.
Well, if that's how you
A
feel
business
about
has to live
it.
within its
Hi!
Many factors affect that income. Sales, general economic conditions,
Stupidity,
the development
corporate
of new industries
greed.
that replace old ones. For these and many other reasons, businesses often go through periods of adjustment and reorganization when they're
Often
forced
at
to
the
let people
expense
go.
of insignificant
anything.
little people,
Why
such
me?
as you.
You said that in 18 months you hadn't gotten anywhere.
That's right.
Did you try
Other fellows
kissing
who started
ass?
later
That
were
always
promoted right over
works.
my head.
How much warning do
Kid,
you need?
most things are
Couldn't you
over
see
your
the company
head.
valued the other fellow's services above yours?
But I thought I was doing fine. What did I do?
Let's
Expect
just
me
say
to
that
answer that?
earning yourself the nickname
No, sir.
Captain
I guess you
Wedgie
wouldn't
was
know.
not a good idea.
Actually, I probably do know better than you do. I have no business taking time for this, but well, I can't help thinking you might really amount to something if you'd
Not
set your
sure
mind
why
to it.
I think that, because you're a total
Trying to see
feeb.
yourself as your employer saw you. Better still, let me give you a picture of a case I really do know. It's about
It's
a
a
young man
24
who
pack
came
of
to work in our
Heineken.
shipping room here, and another young man. Now, we begin work here at 8:30.
Whether we've
That's the time
recovered from the
to begin
previous
this
night's
business of
Jaeger
keeping a
binge or
job.
not.
And that's the time Bob Addison began work every day. We could depend on him to be on time.
At another
And do his
business,
work on
at an
time.
old folks' home, at a steel
might
mill,
call
a
him
church.
an
Yeah, you
eager
just
beaver.
never really knew where
But
this asshole
look
was
at
going
it
to show
from the
up.
employer's point of view. Wouldn't you like to have Bob working for you?
Bob was never too busy to
Dependability is
fill
one of
out
the
his
main
lucky
keys to
Keno
keeping a
numbers.
job and getting ahead. Now, dependability includes a willingness to work.
And
Some of the work
evidently,
in our
a
shipping room
willingness
is
to
hard
wear
work.
nothing but
That's
khaki.
why we've always had two fellows working there. Well, two fellows who were supposed to be working.
I'm crazy newspaper head. Now give me some candy.
Walter, Bob's brother. Bob's twin brother. But the resemblance is only skin deep.
Because
Look at
they
Walter
both
from
have
the employer's
leprosy.
Point of view, and you see how not to keep a job. Look at him from Bob's point of view.
And
see
you
how
can
not
be
to get
as
along with your
pathetic
fellow
as
workers.
Bob.
On the other hand, Bob would
On
be
the other
popular
hand,
wherever
Bob
he
now
went.
has a hernia and a spinal
You know, he
injury.
would do his share of the work and help others who needed help. Cooperation is another way to keep a job.
That way you can stay in the mailroom until you die.
Walter finally decides to go to work, but a job he was supposed to do first thing.
printing billions of
Actually, he was
dollars
supposed to
in
run off
counterfeit
even
money.
before. But he put it off. This is how not to be dependable.
I want to know what color that wall's supposed to be. Is that green, grayish, vomity, green? Blech.
Poor Walter. Who should come into the shipping room but me?
Looking for some hot mailroom action.
Walter's manner gave him away.
He was playing hard to
Now, it
get,
isn't hard
but
to
I
learn to
knew
make
he
good,
wanted
clean copies
some
a
of
duplicating
this.
machine. And this wasn't the first time I'd had to criticize Walter for making
Wiley
poor
handed
copies.
Walter the
And
paper,
it was
his
the
hands
first time he
trembling
tried
with
to alibi
indecent
his way
passion.
out of the situation. The fact was, Walter just couldn't take criticism.
And he couldn't
Yet
take
how can
all
a man
3
expect to
inches
improve
of
on a
me.
job if he won't listen to the very people who can help him? Just before closing time, you'll find Bob getting the shipping room ready for the night.
This includes laying out his cot, because Bob lives in the
And you'll find
mailroom.
Walter getting himself ready. So he won't be a second late.
Wow, he
punching
looks
the
like a
clock.
young Frank Sinatra.
An employer sees
after
this
several
as a
months of
sure
crystal
sign
meth
that a
use.
man isn't really interested in his work. I ask you, if
Have
you
you
were the
ever
employer
had that
and had to
not-so-fresh
cut down your
feeling?
staff,
Oh, wait, wrong
which fellow
film.
would you keep?
That's not hard to answer.
I
Why
always
didn't you
have
go
that
ahead and fire
not-so-fresh
Mr.
feeling.
Walter.
Now, don't be too hasty. I'm only telling you about Walter's bad points. He did enough work to hang on to his job. As long as times are good, there'll be jobs for fellows who just barely do enough to get by.
You know,
But to
like
keep a job when
union
the going gets
representatives.
You need to insure your job. Make yourself so valuable your employer can't let you go.
Gleefully shave his
We've
back
talked
every
about
morning.
dependability and cooperation. Now, another prime quality is initiative. And for once, I have something good to say for Walter.
He's got a purty
It's not
mouth.
hard to understand why he was unhappy whenever shipments were left just inside the door.
Because that's where he
The
takes
packages
his
had to be
nap.
hauled all the way across the room for wrapping, then hauled back again when they went
And
out.
then back to the table, and then back to the door, back
If
and
you don't
forth
like the
all
way
day.
things
We're
are
not
done,
really sure
you can
why.
spend a lot
He's
of time
kind of an
complaining
idiot.
about it. That was Walter's usual way. But this time, he got an idea.
And unfortunately
knew
for
what to do
Walter,
with it.
it involved kicking a
In every
male
company,
gorilla square in the
there's plenty of room
testicles.
for improvement. And the management usually welcomes suggestions from employees.
Unfortunately,
Walter's
Walter
idea was a
always has
practical
the same
one, so we
suggestion.
adopted it.
A lunchtime sushi
The company
cabaret
benefits
featuring
through time
Tori
saved and less
Spelling.
handling of packages. The fellows in the shipping room benefit through having one of their harder jobs made easier. And Walter improved his standing with his employer by his
By
display
finally
of
mastering the
initiative.
delicate art of
But
ass
one good
kissing.
mark isn't enough. One day, not long after, Walter was taking advantage of a lull in the work, and Bob was bringing the shipping records up to date when
I got you 2 kilos of Peruvian weasel dust here.
Wise guy. Well, finally. The stuff they've been running in here asking about every hour for the last 3 days.
What
Signed
no office can do without.
That's the way it
Tons
is in
and
this
tons
company.
of cocaine.
They wait till they've run out of something, and everybody runs around like crazy. No system. And nobody in charge with enough brains to start one.
What a way
Office
to run a
Max,
business.
the wilderness
You don't like the
years,
company, why do
coming
you work
soon.
for it? Me, I work for a swell outfit. I'm proud of them.
Maybe I'd like to work for them. Could they use me?
Well, we already have an office bitch boy.
Press agent.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then...
Yes,
Hi!
Walter found out that nobody thinks very much of a man who talks against the company he works for. And what did Walter gain by making that false statement about his company? Nothing. Except trouble for himself if it got back to his employer. Which it did.
And we beat
guess
his
it's not
ass
very different From
down.
the way I was talking to you. About the place where I used to work.
Well, there's a saying, if the shoe fits.
Oh, the shoe fits all right. You knew it would, didn't you? Yep.
I guess
I
that's
see
why
my
you put your
shortcomings all
foot
over
up
the
my
place.
ass.
Dependability, initiative, cooperation, and loyalty.
I don't have any of those
I could have
things.
done a lot better on every count.
You can do better.
You can start by shaving my back.
Well, Bob, I've got a new assistant for you.
Because shaving my back is a two-man job.
Hi, Ed. Glad to meet you.
Bob's a good man to watch.
I've been watching him through his bedroom windows.
Say, that's great. Mr. Wiley's been telling me about you and your brother.
My brother?
Yeah, your twin brother, Walter.
Oh, that's Mr. Wiley's imaginary friend. We try not to, we don't talk about that.
I was really describing Bob's poor conduct on the job when he first came to work here.
But after only a few nights with the Gimp, Bob was
I
a new
get it.
man.
And then you... Well, if you can...
Well, you
Say,
mean
Mr. Wiley, did I ever tell you about my twin brother?
Thank you and good night.